Augusta, one of the best F2P DPS, is finally back and the 3.0 patch has given her some really nice upgrades. This video will cover all the latest builds, teams, rotations and more infos for her. So without any further ado, let's jump right into it. Starting with her kit. Let's begin with her key mechanics. Augusta has a total of 3 forte bars: Prowess, Ascendancy and Majesty. The Prowess bar is filled by Augusta's most of the attacks. The two most efficient ways are the intro skill and resonance skill, both fill the Prowess bar immediately. When the Prowess bar is full, Augusta can cast enhanced heavy attacks. There are two types of enhanced heavy attacks. One is the ground enhanced attack, where you do a heavy attack plus normal attack combo to unleash this attack. And the other one is an uppercut that is casted by a jump when the Prowess bar is filled. The ground heavy attack is the preferred one as the uppercut sends you in mid-air. The next forte bar, Ascendancy, is filled by her intro skill, the enhanced heavy attacks, her resonance liberation and normal attacks as well. When this bar is filled, her resonance skill icon will be enhanced. It is a 3-part attack where you have to press the skill 3 times and Augusta deals huge damage. Along with this, Augusta gains a Majesty stack. This Majesty stack is really important as Augusta can cast a special liberation when she has 2 of these points. She gains one from the enhanced skill and the other one can be gained from her outro. When you use her outro, the next character gets a 15% damage amplification buff, and when that resonator uses their outro, Augusta gains one Majesty stack along with a 15% electro damage buff. Do note that under any circumstances, you cannot swap the resonator which has Augusta's outro buff until you have casted their outro skill, as the buff will get removed and Augusta won't get the Majesty point. For the initial rotation, you don't have to worry about how to get the Majesty point, as Augusta's inherent skill allows her to gain one Majesty stack and the electro damage buff when she is out of combat for 4 seconds. You can easily gain this stack by waiting for 4 seconds before entering the battle. When she has 2 Majesty stacks, her second resonance liberation is unlocked, which stops time, in which she deals 9 slashes and a big nuke damage. Also, Augusta's first inherent skill allows her to gain shield when she deals damage. The shield is not that strong and doesn't provide any interrupt resist, it just enables her to use her signature weapon, Echo Set, and stack Yuno's buffs. Most of Augusta's damage is considered as heavy attack damage. For her talent priority, prioritize the liberation, followed by forte circuit, basic attacks, resonance liberation, and lastly the intro skill. You can skip or level the resonance skill and intro skill slightly to save your resources. Moving on to her echoes. The best echo set for Augusta is the Crown of Valor, providing up to 30% attack and 20% crit damage. This is a 3-piece set, so you have to pair it up with a 2-piece echo set of Void Thunder, which gives 15% electro damage bonus and is the best one. The other one is Lingering Tunes, which is also good, or energy regen sets like Moonlit or Empyrean Anthem if you like energy. The main echo skill will be the False Sovereign from the Crown of Valor set, providing 12% electro and heavy attack damage bonus. For her echo stats, crit rate or damage on the 4 cost, double electro damage on the 3 cost and attack percent on the 1 cost. For substats, first try to get enough energy regen. Her energy requirements depends on her teams. With Mornye, she can get away with low energy regen around 15%, but with Yuno, she needs around 25%. Then prioritize crit stats, attack percent, heavy attack damage bonus and flat attack. Moving on to her weapons. The best weapon for her is obviously the signature weapon, Thunderflare Dominion. It has high base attack but low crit rate, which is fine, cause you can use a crit rate 4-piece if you don't have enough from substats. It gives 12% attack, 20% heavy attack damage, and Outtraining Shield gives up to 36% defense ignore to Augusta. But it has some really nice and close alternatives. The very first signature weapon of the game, Word Summit, is the second best option you can use on her, as it has good base stats and provides an easily achievable 48% heavy attack damage bonus. If you have this weapon, you don't need to pull for Augusta's signature. The next best option is the Aegis of Harvest. It is mostly a stat stick but slightly better than the others as Augusta deals some resonance skill damage. The other crit weapons like Wildfire Mark, the new standard banner weapon Radiance Cleaver, and Komokiri are all similar in performance, acting as stat sticks. The old standard banner weapon Lustrous Razor is the next best option. For 4 stars, you can use either of the 2 BP weapons, Aureate Zenith and Autumn Trace, but don't buy BP specifically for them as it is better to just get the standard banner 5-star weapon. Waning Redshift, Helios Cleaver and Meditations on Mercy are some of the weapons you can use as placeholders. Moving on to her team comps. With the new characters added, Augusta now has more team options. Augusta is in fact the best F2P DPS because of how close her team options are. The best sub DPS for her is still Yuno, providing 50% heavy attack and 40% damage amplification to Augusta along with her huge personal damage and healing. For the last slot, the 2 best options are Lynae and Shorekeeper. Lynae surprisingly is better around 7% if your Yuno is built properly and you have a good crit ratio with above 70% crit rate, unless Augusta is S2. Lynae here buffs and also gives the team wide 24% damage bonus. Shorekeeper is also one of the best options, great for general buffs and is very good for fixing your crit ratios. Mornye especially at S1 and Varina are other options. As per my testings that I have done in my previous video, the next best team option for her is surprisingly the Lynae Mornye team, thanks to the huge amount of buffs this duo provides and good damage from tune breaks. But if you don't have any premium units, it is fine cause Mortefi is the best F2P option and is really close to Augusta's best teams. For the last slot you can use a sustain support like Shorekeeper, Mornye or Varina. Lynae as a sub DPS also works with Augusta because of her general buffs, but Mortefi is a better option unless you are using Mornye in the third slot. Jillian is also an option due to the electro damage amplification buff and good personal damage, but she is not better than Mortefi. Moving on to rotations. Augusta's rotations are really simple and straightforward. I will be mentioning two rotations, one will be general rotation and the other one with Word and Summit. Also before starting with the rotation, I would like to mention a bit of animation cancel that you can do with the enhanced heavy attacks of Augusta. When the damage of the attack comes out, you can immediately cancel the animation by casting her resonance skill or ultimate. Before starting any fight, make sure you wait for 4 seconds to get one majesty point and the electro damage buff. Initially when the rotation starts, I like to use the echo skill and swap cancel to your support and complete the rotation. Then enter to Augusta, use the enhanced heavy attack followed by a resonance skill, then another enhanced heavy attack followed by a liberation. This will fill a second forte bar which allows us to use a 3-part enhanced resonance skill. The second resonance liberation will be unlocked now, so hold the liberation button to use it, do the 9/ attack and a nuke damage. Use the echo skill and swap out. For the Word and Summit, I like to use the liberation a bit earlier, right after the first enhanced attack, just so that I can stack on the Word and Summit passive faster. For the echo skill usage, the best way to use it is at the end of the rotation. It has a second charge, which you can use it during the swap cancel window of your sub DPS like or Mortefi. It is fine to skip it but can be useful to fix energy issues. Sometimes when the boss moves a lot, you may miss some of your attacks leading to unfilled second forte. So you can make up for it by doing few normal attacks plus enhanced heavy attack combo. This can also be used if Augusta's skills are on cooldown. Moving on to her sequences. She has some really great initial sequences making her a solid character for vertical investments. The S1 basically gives her a 30% crit damage increase alongside an extra 15% electro damage bonus, as the Crown of Will stack has been increased to 2. It also makes her immune to interruption during her major skills. The S2 gives her a total of 40% crit rate increase, and for every 1% crit rate over 100%, Augusta gains an additional 2% crit damage increase up to 100%. So you need a total of 150% crit rate. This makes Shorekeeper an important support for her and makes it better to use a crit rate 4 cost echo. The S3 gives a 25% multiplier increase to all her major attacks. S4 gives 20% team-wide attack and S5 increases her shield, both are just a stepping stone for S6. The S6 increases her Crown of Will stack to 4, which means her S1 and S2 are now enhanced as well, giving 60% crit damage and 80% crit rate along with 60% electro damage bonus. It also gives additional 2% crit damage up to 50% for every crit rate above 150%. In short, you need a total of 175% crit rate. And it also allows her to deal some extra damage, overall leading to a huge damage increase. Augusta is one of the best DPS characters in this game, able to deal huge amounts of damage in both single target and AoE. She does not need any premium units to function well, as she has some really great F2P options. Her time stop ability can be useful for a simple and easy playstyle, but it also has a downside of stopping the waves, which hurts a bit in Whimpering Wastes. Nevertheless, she is an amazing unit for wuwa as well. And that was all for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to like and share the video and subscribe for more Wuthering Waves content. Join my Discord server to hang out with other wuwa players. Thanks for watching.